Yo, what's going on, traders? So I'm back with another breakdown video, but this time we're going to switch it up a little bit. I'm not going to be breaking down US 30, we will be breaking down gold. So, yeah, just looking into the week ahead. We currently Sunday evening pre-market open. And yeah, I'm going to dive into this chart a bit. But before we look at gold itself, due to the fact that gold obviously shares an inverse relationship with the dollar index, I'd like to first bring our attention to what has currently happened on the dollar index over the last week or so. All right, so personally, on the dollar index, we had a pretty much bullish couple of months. All the way back from June, July, which was, yeah, it was actually July. We had a bullish run, took out some structure here, so we are expecting some sort of retracement. This target here was an area that I was looking at as a potential point of interest for a reversal, and I'll explain that now. So up here, I was looking at that being our sort of buy side target. One second, text. So we had buy side that rested up here, right? That was my buy side target. When price, liquidated those sellers up here, we were expecting price to give us some sort of reaction off that area, which it did. You'd query why this area and not this high up here. Reason being, you obviously had these relative highs up here. So this was a relative high. These two equal highs up here, and the next sort of draw on liquidity was this one up here, as well as there being a volume imbalance up here. I don't know if you can see these two candles here, so just draw it out a little bit here for you. Yeah, so there was volume imbalance there, and that sort of was my why I leaned to that area being the drawn liquidity. That being said, once we swept that high, you can see price gave us beautiful rejection there. We had that half body doji up there, followed by the next bearish candle. So we saw some signs of exhaustion up there. Then on that sweep of liquidity, we actually had so if you look at the 1 hour, there was actually a shift in market structure there, up here. So once we took that high, which was here, can you see that beautiful wick there? And that became our 1 hour shift in market structure, that area. So once we had that shift in market structure at that point, I knew that okay, my bias there was sort of correct, because we're now looking for a short position for a retracement on the dollar index, and the entry would have come off straight off the bat of this FEG or imbalance that was there. Yeah, so we created that FEG there, tapped in, and now our next targets are obviously here. We'll be targeting this low, and back down into this fair value gap down here. So in terms of the dollar index, I am expecting a retracement. Like I said, these are your targets, and ultimately I'd like to see it drop back down into this daily FEG, which sits pretty much if you pull a fib from the low to the high, let's check that out quickly there. So yeah, if we can get a retracement all the way back to the 50%, that would be ideal, which I do see happening. So now, that being said, we know that gold reacts opposite to this, right? So if I go to my gold chart, if we're looking at the gold chart, we've been bearish, right? So ever since we go back to July, which was sort of the same area as where we had that bounce on the dollar index, gold did the same thing up here. We fell from there and created a lower high, so we've maintained structural points for the sell. We've had the high being there, and then we've had the lower high here, and obviously the next lower high was there. So we've created these lower highs in the market, but also violated these lows. And now price has sort of found a, if you look closely, if we go to the weekly time frame. So on the weekly, what did we have down here? We had a beautiful area of support. So I had a support area that was marked off down here on the weekly time frame, right? And the support, you can actually extend it all the way through. And yeah, so that's my area of support on the weekly time frame, which, you know, last week NFP we had that bounce, so we tapped into that area of support, and we've actually reacted beautifully off there. Let's drop down to the daily again. There's your bullish engulfing candle off on the daily time frame, which is down here, and we've also closed off, more importantly, all this area of imbalance. See that area here? All this imbalance that resided there, we've closed that out. So overall, I'm looking for buys on, or longs on, gold, and reason being is the dollar. I'm expecting the retracement on the dollar index, which means we'll have the inverse reaction on US 30. Just to clarify this even further, I'll show you guys the entry. So I personally missed this entry on Friday because I wasn't watching gold, but okay, so this was a sweep on liquidity, which we had down here, right? So we had the draw on liquidity, which was our sell side that rested down here, right? And that was taken, as you can see, by that low there, right? So we swept that liquidity, and price immediately, you know, reversed. On that displacement, we had a shift in market structure up here. So that was our shift in market structure there, right? That we can call it shift of market structure, or break of structure, or change of character, or whatever you want to call that. You can, yeah, that's your prerogative. So yeah, we had the shift in market structure up there, and we retraced back to the imbalance, or FEG, which we had sitting down there, right? So we tapped in. That was just sniper entry after the shift in market structure. Sniper entry, order block on these down close candles. We dropped down to 30 minute and 1 hour. You would have seen it better. So there was an order block that sits there also. And yeah, we've been now taking out structure to the upside. We've been consolidating in this area. We broke above the resistance, which was here. So we broke above this resistant area here, and we also retested it. So looking good on a bullish bias for the week. I want to see price take out these lows here. So this would actually be an entry for you guys if you are following gold and trading it. So that's the equal lows, or so EQL slash sell side that I see being taken out. So these equal lows will be used as a sweep of liquidity, and I'd ideally want to get in pretty much 50% of this order block. So you'd be looking at pretty much 50%, which is down here, and that lines up with your fair value gap sitting there. Let's change that one to. All right, so you want to enter off that fair value gap there, and then we should get the break on this bullish flag that's currently forming. So you want to see price. So I would enter here as an aggressive entry, but the confirmed entry would actually be. So the confirmed entry, you're going to see something like this happen. You're going to see price sweep into here, drop to the 50%, and then run for the breakout of this bullish flag, right? Once we do that, you're going to get the confirmed entry that's going to pretty much sit somewhere here at that area, and you can scale into your positions and ride this all the way up. You can look at your 1 hour chart to establish your next imbalanced area where price could potentially run to, and I am seeing it anywhere in the vicinity of here. So anywhere in that region there. First take profit, you can look at, let's just check it on 4 hour. Yeah, so that being the biggest of this imbalance or fair value gap up here on the 4 hour chart. So supports my bullish run to that area. We're looking at an easy 1850 being hit, and potentially halfway into that imbalanced area, which is 1862. So those are the two areas I would be targeting. And let's go back down here. This would be the exact trades that you'd want to catch. So first entry, you'd pretty much get in somewhere around here, and stop loss below that low. And yeah, you would run it. 550 is the first one, and yeah, 1862 somewhere there. So that's the trade I'm looking at, guys. You might have to give it a little bit more room. Safer stop loss might be there, but yeah, it all depends. I haven't checked what fundamentals will be in play as yet, but yeah, I can leave that to you guys for this week to establish. But yeah, overall, that's the move I'm looking at. And then obviously your re-entry would be somewhere around that breakout area. So we'd look to scale in on an additional position up there. And we'd want to run that one all the way up as well. So that's potentially, the move that I'm looking at on gold. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, if you're in agreement, or are you guys seeing something else. But yeah, it would be interesting to note. If you guys are interested or looking for a broker, the recommended broker of choice is Volt Markets. They ride through Africa at the moment, and they also do take international clients. So yeah, have a look at them. It's www.voltmarkets.trade. I will drop the link in the description box below just to make that a little bit easier for you guys. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.